Well, today's another day. Still working on a few things, a few projects. Days going by slow, but you know, it is what it is. This is how I perceive. Oh, just in case you guys don't know. All right, this is my van. This is how I have it set up. These are my two rear speakers. Got one on each side of my head. This is my light with a USB connected to a 3-4 port. And this is an old light controller that would have dimmed these lights that hooks to this switch. But this burnt out because I had power running to it for a very long time. This is my diesel heater. Even at minus 20 degrees, I can keep it up at 70 degrees up in this van. And this, I forgot what that was for. Oh, this is my Bluetooth stereo. This right here is a cup holder. This right here tells me the temperature inside the van and the moisture. This is a USB-C charger. This is a carbon monoxide detector. This controls my front lights to dim them. These and this are speakers. They're called speaker exciters. Very loud, very little distortion when these are hooked up. But I do get knocking because this thing will hit there and knock a lot. These are closed when I'm visiting work sites, working on getting projects. It's a slow project, but it is what it is. This is a Bluetooth receiver. This is what I got all my speakers hooked up to. I am gonna do away with these speakers right here because they're good, I like them. But I'm gonna go into speaker exciters. I'm gonna put them in front and rear. That will make this entire ceiling nothing but sound. But this is a Bluetooth receiver. This is my miscellaneous. This is my canned food. I'll be changing this layout later. This is my gas cook stove, olive oil, my cutting board. Got some pants and stuff down on it underneath here. And I got a foldable toilet. This, as you can see, is clothes that I use for going on to work sites. This right here, stainless steel cook pot, a candle, some tools I haven't put away yet. Control switches, Bluetooth speaker system. This is a fan that when I open up this window, this will blow in cool air. And this right here, I can adjust to blow out or blow in air. This will reverse the polarity and slow down my fan or speed it up. I put that on. These are my walkie-talkies. This is my Hero 4, my Stinger, my magnetic case, Bluetooth headphones, my work watch, my diesel heater, my utensils for eating, my diesel heater again. This right here is, I keep my cereal and my breakfast stuff in here. Plus I make my own coffee, another coffee cup. This right here is for my DJI Mini 2. I rarely use it, but I do use it. I have a very, very good flashlight. This is my George Foreman grill, my waffle maker, my 2000 watt pure sine wave inverter. Back here is a 20 amp solar battery charger. I got 200 amps. I'll be going up to 6 next week. These wires are a jumbled mess, but I'm going to clean that up this summer. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these clothes from underneath here. I'm going to take this whole thing apart on the bottom, or I might just take this side off, push it out. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do here yet. I do know that I'm going to redo all of this. I'm going to push this up higher to get underneath here. This is my $1,800 induction stove. It works great too. I keep miscellaneous chips and stuff right here for when I need to eat a snack. It works pretty good. Just a simple latch system for now. I'll be changing that later. My George Foreman grill does come out. I got a pot back in there I don't use. And these are my switches that I can turn on and off. And the great thing about having that inverter and that solar charger for my batteries is whenever my vehicle battery dies, I can just disconnect that from my batteries, plug it into the inverter, and then wire it to my battery and charge my batteries. This is my 45 liter refrigerator and freezer. And here is food for the dog. I'm gonna make that smaller so that this thing drops to about here. So the top will be about here. It doesn't need to be that big. If I can find a way to do away with that dog food and put it somewhere else, I'm going to, and just put that on the ground. But as far as this is concerned, I got such a wired jumble in here because I threw this together just real quick. I have an associate in automotive, so I know something about electricity outside of the carpentry, being a carpenter. And I'm a certified MPP solar installer with a very specific company. But see, here's my idea, okay? See this Wanderer by Renogy? It is a PWM, pulse width modulator. It takes a maximum of 25 volts for my solar array. What I'm going to do with it, and I got a Bluetooth system up there for it. What I'm going to do with it is I'm going to use that off my 400 amp, two 200 amp soak batteries wired in parallel to give me 400 amps under this system after I clean this up sometime next week. And I got a wire coming over here that powers this. What that wire does, it connects to there. I'm gonna rerun that wire at something that can handle 50 amps. And I'm gonna take that Wanderer, hook it up to a 24 volt buck down converter. It will have 12 volts going in. No, it's a buck up converter. I'll have wires running from my 400 amp hour batteries, 12 volt, running into this. This will set on a fan, so the fan will be constantly blowing on it. I might just put it up there. It'll constantly blow on it, and it outputs 24 volt at 15 amps max. That 24 volt is all I need to power that, because that's a 25 amp max. So I will be powering this off of one set of lithium batteries to charge those lithium batteries. So a wire will run from one set of batteries all the way over to here. And in that fuse box, in place of that fuse box will be this, since it's always cool in there. And I'll put a fan on it so it'll constantly blow cool air on it as well. And I'll have 12 volts in, 24 volts coming out, and the Wanderer will be right next to it. And then those wires will run to these batteries, keeping these batteries charged at all times. And I have 210 watts of solar panels up on top of the van. That will be my solar system setup once everything's all said and done. Now, underneath here, I got another set of fuse box or switches. These are my two outer floodlights. I got two more floodlights for the rear I haven't put on yet, but I will put them on. This will turn off my light off and on. My diesel heater's in here. I cut this hole out so I can have more air coming in, and drilled in 6 holes in here so it has more air coming in as well. A laptop, my PS4, my little monitor system. I got clothes in here, and I got clothes